One of the great rags to riches stories of famous people belongs to Coco Chanel, though the world's most influential fashion designer would never admit it, preferring to offer various fictional versions of her early life after she had reached great celebrity. Hello there, viewers. Welcome back to yet another great video on our channel. Today, we'll share with you the shocking truth about Coco Chanel, so stick with us till the end to find out, and let's get into this right now. Gabrielle Chanel, popularly known as Coco Chanel, was a prominent fashion designer in the 20th century known for exemplary work. Originally from France, her contribution to fashion is celebrated everywhere to this day. Coco had a modest upbringing and fought against all odds to reach the top, setting an example in the fashion industry with her original thinking and signature style. But her personal life, although never told by her, was very complicated, very dark, full of secrets, which is why she spent the last days of her life by herself, holed up in her room at the Hotel Ritz in Paris. While she was surrounded by admirers in her youth, her life wasn't all that it was cracked up to be. Her last words on January 10, 1971 to her mate were rather simple and straightforward. She was just back from her walk with a friend and was exhausted. As she lay on her bed, she said, "You see, this is how you die." She died with many of her secrets hidden deep inside her heart, but despite her efforts, the public got to know some of the shocking facts about her life that we'll share with you today in this video. Humble beginnings. Coco Chanel's childhood was tragic. She was born in 1883 and had a modest upbringing. According to the Telegraph, her birthplace was a poor house in Saumur, located in western France. Her parents were not legally married at the time of her birth. Her father, Albert, was not present to see his daughter for the first time. Coco's early years were harsh as the family struggled to get by on limited means. On account of poor living conditions and working hard throughout her life without respite, Coco's mother found herself fighting bronchitis and asthma before passing away in 1894. After her mother's passing, Coco and her sisters were sent away to live in an orphanage called Aubazine that was managed by nuns. Coco stayed at the orphanage for several years, only leaving when she turned 18. But after becoming a well-known fashion designer, Coco Chanel was evasive about her family in interviews. She even made up stories and often misled reporters about her childhood. Per Time magazine, Coco never called her sanctuary an orphanage and said she was raised by her aunts. She said, "My aunts were good people, but absolutely without tenderness. I was not loved in their house." As an adult, Coco also claimed that her family had a big house and that when her mom was unwell, she stayed in a different room. However, Coco was secretive about her tough start and stayed that way throughout her life. But it's not only her childhood that she hid from others. There's a lot more than that. In fact, there's a lot more than that. But before we get into more of that, do be sure to give this video a big thumbs up first and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so yet. Also, don't forget to smash that notification bell to stay up to date. Now let's get back to what we were talking about. Homophobic and anti-Semitic. Coco Chanel had a dark side to her. She didn't think highly of homosexuality and wasn't afraid to make that known. She also disliked Jews and was vocal about her sentiments. As detailed by the New York Times, author and journalist Hal Vaughn wrote this in his 2011 book, Sleeping with the Enemy, about Coco's anti-Semitism and how she found herself attracted to British high society. She was courting the Duke of Westminster, Hugh Richard Arthur, also known as Bender, and was his mistress. Bender himself was openly anti-Semitic. Samuel Goldwyn, while working with Coco in Hollywood, was aware of her views. Vaughn wrote that Goldwyn did his best to keep Jews away from Chanel. However, per Reuters, Coco's company Chanel refuted the allegations when the book was released and claimed that she had Jewish friends in her circle and also had financial links with the German Jewish Rothschild family and wasn't anti-Semitic, a key player in World War II. While she was never punished for her role in World War II, it's believed that Coco Chanel sided with the Nazis. Around this time, per a New Yorker piece that looked at Coco's involvement in the war through the perspective of author Hal Vaughn, the designer was involved with Hans Gunther von Dinklage, a Nazi officer. In some of the most intriguing parts of Sleeping with the Enemy, Vaughn revealed that she was allegedly a secret spy during World War II and played an active role in furthering the cause of the Nazis. Von referred to several records from different countries, including Germany, France, the United States, and the UK during the course of his research. He found that both Dinklage and Chanel often participated in missions in different parts of Europe as they hunted for agents to be a part of the Third Reich. It's believed that Coco even had a secret name that she used for these missions, Westminster. Despite her accomplishments, Coco Chanel held viewpoints and took actions during her life that are indefensible today, from her vocal anti-Semitism and homophobia to the fact that she aided the Nazis during World War II. Unfortunately, her legacy isn't that of a Nazi who escaped justice, but of a genius fashionista whose products remain popular even today. So that's it for today's video. Let us know what you think about these facts related to Coco Chanel in the comments section below, and until next time, goodbye.